Salve, salve galera, aqui é o Tuzão, trazendo hoje pro canal Call of Cthulhu, um game de investigação e suspense com alguns elementos de terror. Está disponível na Steam por cerca de R$109. É um game que está tendo avaliações muito positivas, então bora lá, vamos conhecer e tirar nossas próprias conclusões. Pelo que eu andei vendo, é um game que tem uma direção de arte muito boa, gráficos bem interessantes, uma imersão muito grande também. É um game que se atenta muito aos detalhes. A tela de loading demora um pouquinho mais do que o comum hoje em dia nos games atuais. Vai se passar aí cerca de 20 ou 30 segundos. Mas, dependendo da qualidade do game, totalmente aceitável. Se eu sou louco, é misericórdia. Que os deuses tenham pena do homem, que em sua loucura pode remanescer são. Algo do tipo aí. Ambientação perturbadora. O setup desse game aqui tá jogando tudo no high, tá galera? Tá tudo no high. Gráficos bem interessantes. Como eu havia dito, a ambientação desse game é muito boa. Não consigo enxergar. Tá, agora eu tenho a lamparina aqui, eu consigo ver melhor. Que ambientação é essa, hein?
Inescapably draws you on.
Bem perturbador.
What a putrid offering.
Olha isso. Gráficos muito bons.
Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey. I used to be an avid reader. It went Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Esses são os meus casos.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Vou ligar esse rádio irritante aqui.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Então esse aqui é o menu principal do game. Então o caso, que eu estou, a missão que eu estou atuando no momento. Aí depois eu tenho aqui esse menu de upgrades aqui. Interessante. Olha, tem elementos de RPG também nesse game aqui, galera. Você vai upando aí as habilidades do seu personagem. Legal. Aqui são alguns detalhes, os lugares, o culto e os personagens, no caso habitantes. Pistas, inventário. Tem aqui um isqueiro. Sanidade. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. Você conduz a sua investigação se apegando aos fatos, suas convicções e sua percepção de realidade. Suas conclusões são lógicas e confiáveis. Interessante. Vou beber agora não.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Então aqui a gente volta para aquele menu lá de habilidades e agora nós temos 8 pontos para distribuir. Eloquência representa a sua habilidade de influência, força, chances de abrir portas, mecanismos, entender eventos passados, analyzing a crime, scene ou objeto, habilidade de encontrar itens escondidos. Essa aqui é importante para início de game, eu acho. Entender a motivação da pessoa. Ocultismo representa o conhecimento das ciências ocultas. Chance de determinar o uso e origem de artefatos ocultos. Medicina. Chances de determinar a dosagem de uma droga ou fazer um diagnóstico ou um entendimento expressivo de um problema médico. Eu vou aumentar um pouco o spot hidden aqui para encontrar itens. Eu acho que força já estou profissional. Eloquência, acho que é importante também ter um pouco de ocultismo, medicina, um pouquinho de medicina. Acho que é isso por hora.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Puxa, essa daí pegou na veia, hein?
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Toma.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Bom, aparentemente esse senhor de idade aí, ele é um cara muito importante na sociedade, um cara rico, um negociante de obras de arte ou algo do tipo. E a filha dele e a família dela, o marido e o filho, foram encontrados mortos. E a polícia suspeita que foi um caso de loucura da filha dele, que era pintora. A polícia suspeita que ela matou a família e depois incendiou o local e acabou morrendo também. No entanto, esse senhor aí acredita que possa ter algo além disso. Ele não acredita que a filha dele seja responsável por essa tragédia. E ele traz aqui esse quadro pintado por ela, essa obra aí. Ele acha que tem algo a ver com os crimes, com a morte da filha dele, do marido e da criança.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Vou chutar as pistas aqui. Essa pintura de um monstro, uma silhueta monstruosa ameaçando uma mulher e uma criança. Chamas podem ser vistas saindo no fundo, pelo fundo. Stephen Webster, que é o pai da Sarah, acredita que está linkado com a morte da filha dele. Isso aí eu já sabia, né? tem um pouco mais de detalhes. Sobre o menu oculto aqui tem um pouco mais de detalhes sobre a pintura.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Tá vendo o endereço. Warehouse 36 Darkwater. Tem o reporte da polícia aí. O artigo escrito sobre essa tragédia.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Interessante, aqui o jogo nos habilita algumas opções. Onde que ela vivia?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Darkwater.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Bom, aqui eu falei pra ele sobre o repórter policial, uma notícia policial dizendo que ela tinha fraqueza mental, ou seja, ela era meio doidinha, meio biruta. E o pai dela aqui continua negando, falando que ela tinha algumas visões e tal, mas que ela não era doida não. Mas enfim, o pai sempre é o último a enxergar as coisas.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Aqui ele continua insistindo sobre essa pintura aí. E ele acredita que tem a ver com essa tragédia aí.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Bom, e aqui acho que começa o nosso primeiro
I think
caso.
I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt. I used to be an avid reader. I used to be an avid reader.
Livro de medicina.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then. All I have to do is go to the port. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Agora eu vou tomar o meu drink aqui. Vai afetar o seu destino. Eita, tem isso também nesse game? Será que eu vou virar um alcoólatra? Vamos lá. Interessante, o primeiro contato com o jogo é bastante positivo. O jogo tem elementos bem diversificados aí de sucesso, né? Uns elementos de RPG, na parte de você upar as habilidades dele. Agora eu vi que ele tem também esses elementos de alterar, provavelmente vai alterar o rumo da história, de acordo com as suas atitudes. Vi que é um jogo que tem também alguns elementos de terror, como no início a gente viu cenários bastante perturbadores e também elementos de investigação, né? Nessa parte de você fazer perguntas a respeito do caso e coletar provas. Me lembrou bastante o LA Noire, que por sinal é um excelente jogo também nesse estilo de investigação. Olha essa trilha sonora, rapaz. Sensacional, né? Focus Home Interactive Presents. Me lembro agora de um outro game dessa Focus Home, né? Cara, não sei porquê, mas essa abertura me lembrou muito do Metal Gear 2.
We're almost there.
Também começa num navio. Essa aí parece ser bastante macabra. Call of Duty. Aí veio mostrando aqui veio. Muito bom.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would
all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Cara, as impressões sobre esse game até o momento não poderiam ser melhores, viu? Ambientação sensacional. Trilha sonora e som ambiente também fantástico. Personagens carismáticos e misteriosos. Muito bom.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. No.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Então lá
It's a
naquelas
sign.
habilidades, quando a gente
There's something coming.
ou medicina,
Something real
eu
bad.
acho que quanto mais alto o nível da nossa
Don't
habilidade,
put that
mais
beast back in the water,
informações
you
a gente consegue
shysters! You're
extrair de
crazy!
situações como essa.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Que legal.
Damn stupid idiots!
Caranguejo.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen!
Interessante.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us in trouble.
Bom, como um bom explorador, a última coisa que a gente faz é entrar onde o jogo quer que a gente entre.
Your chum wanted to stir us up!
But you can
nothing
stay
for
to
you
watch
here
it from
either.
home. You can
Beat
pick
it.
up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard! You'll see what a true
There's
sailor's
nothing for
like
you
is
here
going.
either. Beat it.
You hear that?
Aparentemente não é um
You
jogo de mundo
bill
aberto.
threats don't scare
Jogo
me.
What did he call us
que te
just now?
bota num ambiente teoricamente vasto, mas ele limita as suas atitudes ao que ele quer que você faça. Interessante. Não é desmérito pro game, é apenas um estilo, né? Estamos acostumados hoje em dia com games de mundo aberto, mas na verdade games mais nesse estilo de terror, suspense, que dificilmente é um game de mundo aberto, porque acaba quebrando um pouco o clima, né? Se fosse um jogo de mundo aberto que eu pudesse ir pra qualquer lugar, perdi um pouco esse clima de suspense, né? O jogo tem que te, entre aspas, guiar por onde ele quer que você vá, para você poder sentir essa sensação de desconforto que ele pretende causar em você, nesse gênero de game aqui. Interessante. Bastante impressionado com os detalhes do game. falou pra eu ir tomar uma cervejinha ali naquele boteco ali. Vamos lá, deixa eu ver qual que é a minha missão aqui. Ir até o bar. Depois falar com o Fitz aí. Ports Bar. Mencionou um little pick me up. I suppose I could get to the lay of the land at the same time.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Olá, tudo bem? Boa noite. O cara não gostou de mim, não.
Hey, be careful.
O personagem é sangue nos olhos, cara. Caralho.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Falou que ele não serve encrenqueiros.
That guy was looking for trouble. So choose your camp if you don't want the same treatment.
Hey, buddy, I don't want any trouble.
So serve me a drink.
Just to make things clear, only regulars can run up and tab. Others pay.
Usei força ali.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
Isso vai afetar o seu destino. E eu tô começando a ficar alcoólatra. Descobrir sobre Deadwater.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Perguntando sobre a moça aqui. Pergunta se é verdade que ela...
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Quero tanto detalhe sobre a menina. Eu já sei que eles achavam que ela era doida e era famosa pelas pinturas dela. Quero saber onde que tá esse lugar
Do
aqui.
you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Ele tá falando aqui que o lugar é assombrado, não sei o que, e não é pra eu ir lá. Ah, beleza.
That'll be all for now.
E aí, encrenqueiro? Não vai fazer nada, não?
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Aqui tem um quadrinho aqui falando da dívida negada ali. Eu tô vendo que o maluco ali tava devendo 58 prata ali. 68 prata.
What you looking at, stranger?
Uma mulher como você faz num lugar como esse?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Vai levando que é de graça.
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Mulherzinha misteriosa, não quer falar o que ela tá fazendo aqui. Aquele cara ali atrás deve ser capanga dela.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got. That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Esses caras aqui eram caçadores de baleias e eles pararam porque as baleias não estão extintas aqui na região, com exceção de uma que era a maior de todas. Interessante.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Hello, stranger. Dois nem chegou 4 agora. Merchants.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Esse jogo aqui tem bastante história, né? Bastante informação. Me pergunto se realmente é necessário a gente prestar atenção em tudo isso para conseguir resolver o caso. Vamos ver esse primeiro caso aqui, como que a gente se sai, né? De qualquer forma, quando a gente acessa esses documentos, ele fica registrado no nosso inventário. Então, se precisar, a gente acessa ele posteriormente. Eu não vou ficar lendo esses documentos aqui todos por enquanto, não. O jogo já me parece ser bastante detalhista, bastante extenso também para ficar me atentando a esse tipo de coisa. Quero ver os monstros e dar tiro, mano. Cadê os monstros? Vou matar zumbi.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Banheirinho, não tem porra nenhuma aqui dentro. quando o jogo é bom, o jogo te coloca em ambientes que servem apenas para criar o clima, né? Esse banheiro aqui, se não tivesse, não faria falta.
This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while.
Aqui é uma lousa, detalhe sobre as caças de baleias. De acordo com aqueles cachaceiros lá, não ocorre mais há algum tempo.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Aquele barco que está afundado lá no começo do porto lá. Sei lá para que serve isso. Não sei se eu tenho que ler para ganhar habilidade.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Uma carta ameaçadora.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Uma coisa que eu faço é falar com esse cara aqui.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Monte de manifestos aqui do maluco que mandou lá. E ele mandou eu falar com ele na doca. Vai, tiozão. Pô, correr desse game aqui e não correr não faz a mesma coisa, hein? Olha.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
Bom, aqui eu perguntei como que esse Charles ganhava a vida. E esse cara aí me disse que ele era pescador, mas desde de 1847 lá, não tinha mais baleia, não sei o quê. Que ele tinha herdado uma grana, mas que de acordo com as datas que haviam naquele manifesto, aí pode ser que ele tinha negócios, algum outro tipo de negócio também. Um fato sobre Darkwater. O que esse Miraculous Catch aqui que ele tanto fala?
The Miraculous Catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Contou muita coisa, não só mandou eu ler a história.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
Eu perguntei pra ele quem poderia ter matado aquela baleia ali. E ele falou que não sabe, que realmente não tem conhecimento de qual animal poderia ter matado, mas daí ele falou se eu já ouvi sobre as profundezas, que existem animais que nós nem imaginamos. E eu falei pra ele que ele estava falando sobre mitologia. Ele concordou de forma irônica.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Aqui a gente estava falando sobre a baleia. O que eles estão querendo botar ela na água, e eu estava falando que é uma má ideia, deveria ser investigado que bicho que causou aquilo. Porque pode ser que esteja no mar ainda. Vamos direto ao ponto aqui. Não quero mais saber de Darkwater, eu quero saber dessa warehouse.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
You tell me.
I thought you would have worked it out. It belonged to Charles Hawkins.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Beleza. Isso que eu queria. Eu tenho 2 pontos aqui, cara. Eu vou investir. Professional, eloquência. Vou investir um ocultismo. Opa! Eu não consigo investir. Então, eloquência. Psychology. Vamos lá, quero entrar, preciso entrar naquele warehouse. Agora eu posso passar aqui.
They can't understand.
Puxar a baleia.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking...
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you... Now please.
You can't understand. You
That's
can't understand.
no way to treat an omen. Back in the water, you
Oh, yeah.
shysters. You're crazy.
He's gonna get us in trouble. They can't understand.
Quem que é esse senhor misterioso?
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Eu não tô nem aí, eu quero entrar naquela warehouse lá. Estou sendo pago pra isso.
You could tell me.
Ninguém vai limitando suas possibilidades.
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you, gentlemen, farewell.
Não vamos deixar passar. Aqui dá pra me abaixar, mas eu vou tentar depois disso.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Tá, vou falar pra eles se livrarem do guarda.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
Bom, eu preciso arrumar bebida pra esses dois bêbados aqui. Vou terminar de explorar. Se eu arrumar bebida pra eles, eles vão distrair os dois guardinhas lá. Aí eu vou conseguir passar. Mas talvez existam outras possibilidades, vamos ver. Cara, eu jurava que dava pra pular nesse game. Não. Não dá pra pular não. Que isso, mano?
Damnation! I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Interessante, dá pra arrombar a fechadura. Aonde eu tenho que chegar? Aqui não tem mais nada.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Aqui precisaria ter uma habilidade maior em ocultismo.
It's a sign. There's something coming.
Deixa eu começar de novo com esses caras aqui. Ver se eles me dão uma dica onde que eu arrumo a bebida.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
I didn't find your liquor.
Because you haven't really looked.
There's no shortage of whiskey on Darkwater.
Deixa eu ver uma coisinha aqui.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Cat, eu tenho certeza que é aquela mulher lá. Certeza. Aquela mulher misteriosa.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Acho que eu vou arrumar o licor dos caras. Eu acho que é dentro do bar lá, né?
Not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Ah, aqui tá. Dá pra passar agora. Os carinhas que estavam brigando já saíram.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Vamos entrar aqui. Find hidden items. Spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items. O que eu faço aqui, cara? Ah, tá. Uma escada. Ok. Já vou pra lá. Mas como que eu uso essa habilidade? Habitantes. You're standing between me, my trail and me. Eu tenho que encontrar um jeito de evitá-los ou me livrar deles. Eu não me disse muita coisa não.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A handle. It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
E agora? Será que tá faltando mais coisa? Não, pô, é só... Eu tinha que virar essa porra aqui agora. Tem a opção, deve estar faltando mais alguma coisa. Clues. faltando alguma coisa ainda? Não tem a opção aqui. Não tem mais nada. Aqui tem.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. Ugh.
Ok. Só não sei se eu realmente deveria estar descendo aqui agora. Mas enfim. Ah, você tá ficando grog.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Espero que eu não desmaie, né? Aqui não tem nada. Tô aqui mesmo. Espero que não seja tóxico, ele liga o isqueiro. Eita porra. Foi isso? Foi essa?
This is primitive.
Será que haviam dois caminhos para chegar no warehouse?
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Eu entrei, cara. Agora que ele tá pressentindo uma cena antiga.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Tá, se eu quiser deixar...
It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What happened here?
O maluco tá dando um soco no espelho. Parece que eles participavam de alguns cultos aqui obscuros. Tinham problemas para dormir. Tinham um monte de restos de animais aqui, não sei se é animais, o que é isso aqui? Eu acho que é isso. Agora voltamos. A pintura tá aqui. As vísceras estão aqui. Espelho. Cara, esse casal aí participava de... Nossa, mexia com ocultismo, hein?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Ameaçar o policial, não. Vou usar psicologia, não. O caso está longe de ser resolvido.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
Dog. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Da hora. Essa mansão deve ser massa. Agora vamos chegando na fase em que faz referência aos grandes jogos do estilo. Vamos chegando na mansão. Clichê de jogos de terror, não é não? Tem alguém dentro, hein? Ofegante com a minha presença.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester?
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Então, o policial doidão aí vai nos ajudar. Por que não por aqui? Baleia de madeira. Não sei no que isso vai me ajudar, né? Mas
Recently fallen. It's as if all sturdy and well sharpened. Sturdy and well sharpened. $1693. This house is much older than it seems.
casa tá pra cá, o que o policial tá fazendo do outro lado? Fazendo eu perder meu tempo.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute.
Poor
I didn't
kid.
expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Poor kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Mexe o traseiro gordo aí, né? Mudou a trilha sonora já, hein? Colocaram uma trilha sonora um pouco mais forte.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater. What do you think you're doing? So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Acho muito fácil esse game, viu? Faz a escolha errada e mesmo assim dá certo.
This gate is locked. bourbon. Empty, of course.
Fazer nada aqui.
I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Piers, shall we enter?
Peraí que eu não tinha visto a porta principal ainda. Sei que vai estar trancada, mas de qualquer forma quero dar uma olhadinha.
I'll have to find another entrance. Do you have a moment?
What now?
Nothing. Sorry.
Stop wasting my time.
Do you have a moment?
What now?
Nothing. Sorry.
Stop wasting my time.
O jogo me dá a opção de perguntar se ele tem um momento, mas não precisa falar nada.
Piers, shall we enter?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawk's Mansion.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
E entramos na mansão. Galera, eu vou ficando por aqui. O vídeo já está um pouco longo. Espero que vocês tenham gostado do gameplay aí. Se gostou, deixe seu comentário, seu like. Muito obrigado aí por ter acompanhado o vídeo com a gente. Grande abraço a todos e até a próxima.